My name is Norma Jean Moats. I'm 78 years old. I'm originally from Moatstown, West Virginia, but I moved down here, after I got married, probably in the 70s, and been here ever since.
My name is Homer Moats. I'm originated from Moatstown. You want me to keep it going? We went to church in Moatstown. We had 3 services. You had Sunday school, you had noon services, and then on Sunday evening you had to go back to night services. You remember this, sis?
Some, of course, I'm a lot younger than you, so I don't.
What are some memories you have
Memories?
from church?
Oh, I have all kinds of memories, but I didn't mind going to church. You had to walk in the night at 7 o'clock service. It was dark when you go home. You'd have to carry an old lantern to see where you was going. You know what they are?
What I liked most was when we had a preacher here named Reverend Stevens, John Stevens, and he would have church at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the church would be full. All the young kids would come,
Yes.
and it was very good back then, but I don't know what happens to the churches today.
The church,
They fall off a little bit.
he could fill a church in Moatstown when he preached there. I always went to him, and he could fill a church here. Oh, young children. He was one of the best preachers that ever come.
One of the best ones we've had.
Yes, sir.
You forgot to tell him your age.
Oh, 81, born November the 2nd, 1943. I'm an old timer and a smart old timer. I feel like I'm still in my 50s. Thanks God. Let me start with this. I'm going to tell you what my father told us. And he told us, you know where McDowell, Virginia is? Well, they originated out of the hills of McDowell, Virginia, and sometime around the turn of the states. And for West Virginia, it was all Virginia. Then West Virginia come a state, and they give the people the choice which way they wanted to go. And the ones that stayed on the white side, they spelled their name Moates, and the ones that went to Moatstown, and they was pure white. Our ancestors were pure white, every one of them. My father's name was Bryson Andrew Moats. He married Mary Margaret Anderson. And when the turn of the states, they went to Moatstown, and I couldn't understand why they were so white.
Not Mary Margaret Anderson, Mary Frances.
Oh, was her name Frances?
Your grandma?
Yeah, I thought it was Mary.
Yeah, I mean your mom?
No, Mary Margaret, my grandma.
Oh, your grandma.
Yeah. My mother was Mary Frances Strawler, and she married Bryson Andrew Moats. And that's where our darkness comes in on some of us. Not on my father's side, but on my mother's side. That's happened with all the Moats up there, even on Kit's side. His mother was a Moats, and she married a gardener. She was a school teacher's daughter, taught in a one-room school. Yes, sir.
Where was the one-room school?
You know where the church is up in Moatstown? If you go on up that road, the little pieces right there. Well, around there in this country in them days, every little community had a one-room school, and they taught 1st through 8th in those little one-room schools. If you drive the country, you can still see them sitting around. The one right over there, that used to be the one-room school. Sit down in the field there.
What school did y'all go to?
We went,
I went to the little schoolhouse in Moatstown.
yeah. That's
I
what,
think I went to the third grade maybe, and then they integrated down here at Franklin
In
grade school.
1955.
And I was in the fourth grade, I think, when I started down there.
Yep, they moved us down there in 1955.
Can you tell me some of your earliest memories of school?
Hmm.
I know, I can tell you about mine. I know my teacher, Miss Clarice Moats, when she was teaching, she told me to come in and sit down because I was doing, I forget what I was doing. And she says, Mr. Homer, come in here and sit down. I didn't go. She came up there, got me by the back of the neck with that paddle and whopped me all the way in the schoolhouse. I deserved it. I won't tell you nothing wrong. I deserved it. I got a lot of beatings, spankings in school. Even after we went down here, I averaged 1 or 2 a day. Not bad, just me and 4 or 5 guys are carrying on all the time. Every one I got, I deserved it.
Oh, I don't remember getting any beatings when I was in school.
Well, your daddy never did paddle you.
No, he didn't. That's because I was a good girl.
He never did paddle you.
My memories are just friends I've met, and still to this day I meet some of them and get a chance to talk to them and, play volleyball and stuff like that. Of course, you didn't have a whole lot to do either down there either, so.
My best friend from up Moatstown was Eldon Moats. He went on to be a good pastor. He was a good pastor. He went to D.C. and he was a pastor down there for years, and he passed away here, 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Eldon.
Yeah.
Did you hear of Otis Moats? That's his brother. We were first cousins. You had to walk to school.
Yeah.
We had a guy, but I always had the school warm for you. That kept the school warm. When the teacher come in, you had to say good morning to the teacher. So you had to sing good morning to the teacher. She'd sing it to us. We'd have to sing it back to her. And what else was I going to say? There was something else there. Oh, and then you had prayer in the school. You had to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and you had prayer. Yeah. I remember a long time ago.
I don't remember much about
No, not you. You
going
don't remember
to
it.
Moatstown School, but then when we went to Franklin, I can remember days when we had to go to school in snow up to
Yeah.
up to
You had to
here.
walk.
No pants, couldn't wear no pants, had to wear dresses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there wasn't no such thing as snow days. You were going to walk to
No,
that school.
we went to school in snow.
Yeah.
Nowadays they out the first snowflake they see, they're out.
Yeah. Yeah. And my grandma and my grandpa, we was birching one time, birching hogs, and it come a rain. And my grandma always called my grandpa Pop. She hollered out there and she said, Pop, get in out of the rain. He didn't come. She said, Pop, I told you get in out of the rain. And he didn't come. When she pulled that door open and reached back and got that mango switch almost told you right there, she went out there and she wrapped that switch all the way around him from where we was birching all the way in the house. Yeah, I remember that well. She said she was Indian. I don't know what she was, but when she always wore her hair up on the ball, and when she let her hair down, it would be way down through her ankles. Finest hair, her and my grandpa and all my ancestors had the finest hair you ever went to see. All of them. Yeah. Oh, and also, they could speak Dutch.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Dutch is German, ain't it? They originated from somewhere beyond me.
See, I remember my grandparents on my mom's side, some. His name was Hired Straughter, and my grandma's name was Julianne. And on my dad's side, it was Noah Moats and Mary Moats. I don't know what her middle name was.
That was her grandfather.
But I don't remember my grandma on my dad's side much because she died when I was,
She died April the 21st, 1952.
see, I wasn't very old then. I was
Yeah.
only 47, 49, 50, about 5 maybe. So I don't remember her a lot.
I remember my grandma and my grandpa just like they hear now. Yeah, I can tell you what she did the day she died. She was on her sick bed, and she kept saying, "Oh, I'm going down that long, dark road." She was on her sick bed. She got up out of the bed, and it was birthing time for her sheep. And she went down and checked the sheep, and come back home, got into bed. This was around 10:30. Here they come. Your grandma passed away. I remember just like it was today. I can't tell you much more about my grandpa because he was a pretty good man. He was tall, like 7 foot. He'd get up in the morning. He didn't have to comb his hair. He'd just shake his head and that stuff would fall right in place. Yeah.
I don't,
She was too young
I was
to
too young
remember.
to remember a whole lot
He
about.
passed away at 93 in a nursing home. And his hair didn't turn gray.
And what was his name?
Norma Moats.
And what did he do for a living?
They were farmers. They farmed all the way. My dad did farming. He worked on sawmill and all kinds of stuff. Those Moats were hard-working people. They raised big families. There was 80 or 90 in everybody's family. You raised your sheep. When they had the babies, you raised the baby, you sold the babies. The baby sheep, you had to cut the tails off, and you had to notch the ears so everybody knew the sheep. And we shared them and sold the wool. That's what they were raised for. Yeah, for profit. We had 2 milk cows. Always had 2 big work horses. Yeah,
Did you have any favorite animals on the farm?
horses, and baby animals. Yep, the baby sheep, the baby calves, the little baby pigs. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite horse?
Oh, I had all kinds of favorite horses. I had one of the best ones down here in this field. He's like 39 years old. He was Arabian. That was my show horse. I used to take him everywhere. If it was a horse show, I was there. I got ribbons down there I can show you.
Tell me about working with the horses.
Oh, sometimes they're good, sometimes they ain't. And I broke this Arabian by feeding him. And then when he was eating out easy and then get the wraps and ease down on his back and sat, he didn't move. One day I took him out and put the saddle on him, tied him up where he couldn't get his feet in, took him outside, took the rope off, and he seen he couldn't buck that saddle off. Well, that was it for him.
Did you ever get thrown off?
Yes, more than one. I had one little horse throw me so hard, when I hit the ground, I busted my pocketbook and tore my pocketbook to pieces. Right up on the Moatstown church ground. That's how hard he bucked me off. I gotta tell you this, with me and my nephew, we'd break them old horses. We wasn't scared of them. Although I used to ask my nephew Mickey, Mickey, you want to get on him first or you want me to get on him? And I'd tell Mickey, now, if you want on first, I said, put your foot in there and just step up and hang on and don't put your legs across him yet. I'll do it 2 or 3 times. And then get up in the saddle and get ready because I'm going to turn him loose. And I took him loose, that horse went out through there and went out and come back a bucking. I stopped him, I got on him. He did the same thing. Finally, we got him broke and we rode him everywhere.
Now, I didn't have no favorite animals. I do remember one time when Daddy and them had some sheep.
Yeah. Oh, we had sheep,
I
turkeys.
went up on the hill, and I don't know if I was aggravating that sheep, and that thing hit me like a ton of
You
bricks,
know why he hit you?
knocked me down.
You know why he hit you?
Why?
'Cause that was a buck and he was cross.
Well, I don't know, but he hit me and knocked me down, and I didn't try nothing else.
Oh, I got nothing to tell you. Since we got on these sheep, my granddad, he fed them in a long trough of grain. He was been down there feeding them sheep, and that old buck seen him, come up and popped him in the head, rode him down over that hill. I'll never forget that.
Mhm.
He was a big old buck. When a sheep buck hits you, he means to hit you. Yeah, rode Grandpa down over that hill. Got him right in the top of the head. He was all bent down like this. I bucked, oh, here's my chance. I don't forget nothing. My childhood, I tried to, when I was a teenager coming up, I couldn't stand a crowd of people. I was mostly off to myself all the time.
My childhood was, well, growing up, I usually just played softball. We used to have first we had an all-black team.
Yeah.
We would win first place every year. If we
Yep.
didn't win first, we'd always win second. That was a lot of fun.
And
And
trophies.
then they kind of segregated because some of the black girls had moved around out of the county, so we had to get other girls to play. And that was a lot of fun, playing growing up.
Yep.
What was the name of the team?
Oh, we had so many.
Jets.
The Jets, Hanover Shoe. I forget all the names we've had. We won a lot of trophies. You may see some of them sitting over in the building.
They were sitting in Goo's house. All the trophies y'all won. I told them those trophies ought to be over
Yeah.
in the center.
Yeah, some of them.
And when I sold that trailer to my neighbor down there, they threw them all away.
But that was mostly what we done growing up, because around here it wasn't a whole lot you could do. Go to the movies maybe.
Driving.
We had different uniforms. We
Every
had,
team.
sometime we had red and blue shirts. I don't know what other color we had. Maroon, I think. But we would just go down there and play ball, and then sometime, one night we went, I think about, I don't know, it must have been 10, 12 innings.
Yeah.
We couldn't hit the winning run, and the other team couldn't get it. We would get in to get one, we'd get a run, they'd get a run. But finally, we had a girl that could hit. I mean, she could hit hard.
Was that Gail right?
No, that was Cornelia Moats.
Oh, Canadian.
Cornelia hit that ball, and I mean to tell you, she brought our winning run in. Her and Gail both could hit hard balls. I was just mainly wanting to get on base. That's all I wanted to do. Because I knew I couldn't hit no home runs.
Now the teams, was it an all-black team?
At
The
first
Jets-
it was.
The Jets was, yeah.
At first the girls' team was. And then, like I said, later on, after some of the girls moved away, some white girls came and played with us.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the way these ball games come up, the way all these little different communities, like the Moatstown and Entry Mountain, their team was combined together. Then you had a team from Thorn, you had a team from Brandywine, you had a team from Franklin, Circleville, yeah.
Moorfield,
They all come, yeah,
North Fork, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun back in those days.
yeah.
I'd still like to do it if I could, but I know I can't run. Too old to run.
So tell me this, so there was a separate black team from Franklin.
Yeah, that was only one. Now, in the old days, way before my time, I've seen pictures And so if you come around here at Treasure Mountain Festival, there was a whole black ball team, but they were before my time. You can see the pictures of Treasure Mountain Festivals down here in some of these windows. But I forget what they call them. Their uniforms are like black and white.
And most of the time we just played in jeans or shorts, or Nina, she used to play in her bare feet. Yeah, so it was something to do.
Yes.
Then we'd have tournaments,
Yeah.
you know, with all the different teams, and we won
Yeah.
some of them too.
Now, softball was all female?
Yeah, you
Oh,
had
you had the woman
females and males.
Yeah, males played together, and the females played together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why the men played softball and not baseball?
Yeah, they played softball here.
Well, I guess at that time they didn't.
Didn't have the baseball.
No.
Yeah, wait a minute now. We had fast pitch one time.
Well, yeah, the boys had fast pitch.
Yeah. That would have been your baseball, where you throw everything so fast. They had that one time for a couple of years. But they come from everywhere on that team.
Now, where would folks get their gloves and their bats and things like that?
Down here, Franklin.
You'd have to buy them down here at Franklin.
Yeah, you could buy stuff here. This town was booming one time back in the 50s. It was a booming little town. 'Cause
Yeah.
my father worked on a sawmill right down here town, and most of Kent's grandfather and uncles worked down there. It was a pretty good operation.
Where did folks work?
At the sawmill,
Well, when I was old enough to work, I worked at
Hanover Shoe.
Hanover Shoe Company for almost 31 years.
Tell me about that.
Me and my husband and my son. Well, we just went up and he was
He was
supervisor. I just worked on the line, putting heels on men's shoes and just doing different things to them, painting around the edges, and it was okay job, pretty good job. I hate that it left, 'cause it, you know, a lot of people got out of work.
a lot of people got out of work when Hanover closes. I never seen so many divorces around here in my life.
They
But-
had to be there well, I usually had to start at 7 o'clock and get off at 3:30. But then sometime we would go back in and work overtime, like in the evenings.
I worked at Hanover from, I forget when I started, somewhere around 67, 68. And October 74, I went to a bakery. I drove to a bakery over in Virginia, Verona, Virginia. And I went on to be shipping transportation manager at that bakery till it closed down. Had about 40-some men. Will I take another job like that today?
I also worked at the nursing home. After Hanover shut down, I worked at the nursing home for 12 years.
What year did it close around?
Hanover,
Yeah.
2001, wasn't it?
Might have been, yeah, somewhere in there.
I think it was 2001, 2002.
When do you think Moatstown and Entry Mountain had the most people living here?
Back in the
Well, probably.
younger days.
Probably way back in the 50s and 60s, I'd
I'd
say,
say.
and 70s.
There was enough people up Moatstown one time to fill your church. 'Cause every family up there has 8, 9 kids. Our preacher up there, I ain't gonna call his name, but he had 23. People started having to move ways to find get jobs and started moving out. And
Then what didn't move out passed on,
Yeah.
you know.
And Hanover was the biggest production thing we had around here.
Uh-huh.
And your state road and sawmill down there. But this town boomed in the 50s. It really did.
Where did people move to?
Oh, everywhere. They went New
New
York,
York.
Washington, Philadelphia, they all over the place. California,
Stanton.
yeah.
Did y'all ever move?
I was in Stanton for 12 years. I lived there for 12 years.
I've moved from Moatstown to Franklin. Been here ever since.
And why didn't you move?
I had no desire to move. It's peaceful back here. Love some of my friends and family back here.
Look at our little community on this side. This is always going to be the community for us up here, because they own pretty much the top of the mountain. Yeah.
And another thing, you don't have a lot of traffic here. You don't have a lot of fire engines and all that noise.
You can look at our neighborhood, go down the road there, and look at our neighborhood. We got a nice neighborhood up here. Sure is. In our days, it wasn't really bad. This is in my time. I always got along with everybody, even in school. We didn't have any problem when we segregated the schools.
Once in a while, you might find somebody that let that word out, but
Not very.
for me, it wasn't that much. I mean,
I tell you, if
I'm
you,
sure it's here. I'm sure it's.
and it's not coming. If it's here, it's not coming from the older generation. It's coming from the generation, second, third generation, when they took the paddling out of school and the prayer and stuff. Some of these younger kids, some of these younger generations, they don't know how the old generation come up around here.
Now, if some of them would had to come up like we had came up, they'd never make it
Well,
because they didn't have cell phones back in my time. We burnt kerosene lamps,
yep.
had to haul water. No telephone, but you only had one. You could only TV, one channel. You had TV one. We
Yeah,
had
we
one.
had one channel with 3. Channel 3.
But these days, if those kids don't have those cell phones, including some of my grandkids, I don't know what they'll do.
When I tell my grandkids and stuff how we had to go through school, oh no, y'all didn't have to do that. Oh yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Well, it's nothing like today what it was back when we went. Nothing.
There was the Willises, the Merritts, the Wrights, and the Morgans.
See, a lot of the people down here came from up Moatstown.
The ones that's like me, her husband,
Sarah and
Sarah Francis came from Moatstown and married to Marnie Morgan, and Geneva Wright, her husband, he was from here and she was from Moatstown. Neither down there would be Neither's mother. Lives in the yellow house right below here.
Were there ever any black-owned businesses?
none that I know of.
Not in this town. Not
You barely had black working in the stores.
now you see them in the stores.
You see one or two in great value. There's none that works in the bank that I know of. Either bank. Nina used to work in a bank down here when she was home.
We got one back in the courthouse now.
Other than that, I still believe they feel that blacks don't measure up to them.
But really,
We have one nurse, a black nurse, works for the veterans.
he got about out in the nursing home.
Well,
You got
yeah,
about
I don't know them
traveling
out there.
Babac nurses down here. You see more Babacs here now in these
Than you
jobs
did,
than you
yeah.
did.
I mean, they don't come right out and say it's not, they're not discrimination, but I still think it's around. They just hide it under the rug.
It'll always be here. It'll always be around. But I don't. I worked down here at a gas station for about 12 years or more, and when I put my application in, Keith hired me right on the spot. Yeah. Worked there for 12 years. Never had a problem. I know nobody to come in that store. And I mean, it was booming all the time. Right there where the big store station is now. We was raised to be respectable people in this community. All of us was. Our kids, our family and everybody's family taught their kids respect. We didn't walk by an old person with everything, excuse me, because if you did, you'd forget it. And you didn't talk when old people was talking. And you didn't gather around where old people was talking. I used to see them when my grandma died. All them people could speak Dutch. They went out in the kitchen and they made a circle round with chairs, and they sat there, everything they spoke was Dutch. Nobody knew what they were talking about.
You know any Dutch?
Nobody knows what they were talking about. And
Don't they call potatoes groenbeers? Groenbeers or something.
I don't know.
Some kind of potatoes.
But they were speaking that. Nobody knows what he's talking about. That's what they did if they wanted to talk about somebody. They go in Dutch. My dad, my grandfather, my uncle, all of them. The N word comes out now and then on people. Not only the white people, the black people. I got on many of them.
Oh, yeah, they do it too.
I got on many of them. I had horseshoe tournament pitches down in my yard. I had 3 pits. I didn't about that stuff. First time I heard it, don't want to hear it no more. I carry your ass up the road.
Well, like I said, we have a very blended family. My grandson, he's married to a white lady. John's uncle was married to a white lady.
Married to a white lady.
Yeah, he's married to a white lady.
I don't see a thing wrong with
And
it.
I've got nieces that's part white, part black.
Yeah.
But it's just
Just the
but
way
that
it
doesn't
is.
matter to me.
Don't matter to
They
me
are who
either.
they are. Ain't no, you know.
Yeah. But as far as that N word, I've heard more black people use that word than I have the white man around here. I've heard it.
Yeah, some of them do.
Was it if a black person walked around at night, would they be safe?
Sure, it'd be
Yeah.
safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they would have been safe 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
Because some places that's not the case.
Oh, you know, in your bigger cities.
Oh
not at
no.
all. I can tell you about my dad. He could play a banjo. I mean, he could tear that banjo up. My mother could play organ, guitar. My mother,
Accordion.
accordion. My brother Frank could play guitar. My brother Noy play anything he fools with. As far as my brother John, I never knowed him having music talent. I don't think. I can't even carry a note.
Well, I sing in the Moatstown
Yes,
choir.
you say, oh, they had, when they were doing Treasure Mountain festivals before they retired, they gather a crowd in down there. People come to hear that Moatstown choir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, sometimes they'd pick it at the house, and then they used to have what they call square dances once in a while over to old one-room school. And there's a lot of people there could play the guitar, and maybe somebody could play a fiddle. They go over and pick them old banjos and they'd square dance around. Now, I'm old enough to remember that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
And my mom, I think, taught my brother Noe how to play on the organ. She would mark the notes, and then, of course, he plays by ear.
He's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we're talking about that, the Heavy Eccles, it was by that group. My brother was rhythm guitar in that thing for years. Yeah,
What was their name?
Heavy Eccles. They put out like 2,000 albums. Yeah.
How do you think your father learned how to play banjo?
It had to come from somewhere in his childhood days, I reckon. My grandpa could play fiddle. Yeah. You know where you're standing up, men and women get in a circle and you bow to your partner, and then you start calling these figures up.
And you go around in the ring,
Bow to
and
your partner and circle around.
then they change arms and go the
Yeah,
other way.
Like if I'm in you, and then you would come to this one, and I go to that one. It went around like that, square dancing. Oh, square dancing is around for most everybody. Everybody did that. White and black in these communities.
Did anyone ever buck dance?
I don't know what that is. That must be what the people in Stanton used to call a hucklebuck, where you keep your feet out like that. Old people in Stanton call that the hucklebuck. From some of our relatives, my grandma married the black guy over at Stanton. His name was Roy Durrett.
Are there any other folks that still play?
Otis.
But you've talked to Otis probably. He's getting up there in age, and his hands don't work as like they used to. Miguel's son, he plays bass guitar, and Penny Moats plays.
Otis' daughter plays bass guitar.
When did people stop doing the square dances?
Oh, that was before my time, probably.
They used to do them down here at Treasure Mountain Festival every September. They're on Main Street parking lot. But I think for the last year or two, they cut it out. Traffic's so heavy.
Did you dance?
No, I got two left feet. I used to love when my dad was planting potatoes. He had two big gray horses. I was like 5, 6 years old. He'd throw me up on that old horse and I'd keep her straight. Well, I didn't have to keep the horse straight because she already knew what she was doing. But he'd put me on that horse every time. When would that hardest winter be? They were back in the 50s and 60s. I seen drifts up Moatstown. You know how high your fences are? It would drift up all the way over top your fence and get so hard you could walk on top of it.
They had to shovel
the
road open.
From the main road all the way to the houses.
Yeah. It's nothing like today compared to what way back then. They ain't seen no snows until they seen them back in them days.
My dad and my grandfather, they used to haul corn to Harrisonburg on horse and wagons. And at the foot of the mountain there was a layover station. You laid over there and then you went on into Harrisonburg and unloaded your corn. You come back and laid over. And my mother told me the second time she seen my dad, he bought his wedding suit. That's what she told me. The second time I seen him, he bought his wedding suit. I remember her telling me Dad back it was just now.
We just used to have like Sunday dinners or.
That was a big thing.
Yeah. Everybody used to eat together.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Not anymore.
My mom would make homemade potato salad, fry chicken,
Brown beans,
macaroni and cheese. Yeah, them Sunday dinners was something. But when the older people left, the Sunday dinner's a mess.
I just don't think there's a meal without potatoes.
Yeah, I could eat potatoes every day.
I could too. Yes,
But
sir.
them deals, when I was growing up, if you didn't come in there and sit down when they called you, don't come too late because you won't get it. We
You
all
know-
sit down at the table together.
Some
family
of
and
my
friends.
family won't even. My son, he wouldn't eat a potato. Would not eat a potato. He would eat French fries, but he wouldn't eat mashed potatoes. He wouldn't eat fried potatoes until I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, he did finally start eating fried potatoes.
My mother would
But
get
don't
up.
put no onions in them, 'cause he don't like no onions in them.
My mother would get up in the morning. My dad would get up at 4. She'd have his breakfast done by 5. He'd go feed the animals, go to work. She had his supper ready when he got home in the evenings.
Well, I know some of my grandkids don't know nothing about brown beans.
Well, I know.
Did folks ever make moonshine or anything?
Yes, yes, they made moonshine.
Now, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I asked they made moonshine. I remember, I'm Moatstown, I'm gonna call no names. I remember when they used to make it in a spring house way back over the mountain.
I know they used to make cider, but
Well, you had to have a barrel of cider at birching time,
yeah.
and it'd be ready for birching time. You picked your apples, you took them to the grinding mill to grind them apples and push the juice out and fill up a 55-gallon barrel, plug it off and set it in the basement. When birching kind of time come, that stuff would knock your hat off.
All right, I'm gonna turn this
Believe
off.
me, he can tell them.
I was going to tell you one more. Now, I didn't see this, but my daddy used to have an old truck, and the road went up the hill steep, and every now and then they'd stall out, and you'd have to stick a piece of wood under the wheel. And what my dad and him were telling me, says that he was going up there and told Uncle Cam to catch it, so instead of putting the wood on it, he tried to catch it with the back and the run over top of him and drug him down the road. Yeah, my dad told me that. My grandpa did too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I often think about that.